We just saw Crimes of Grindelwald, and we're going to talk about Sabrina the Teenage Witch, the new one, and we're going to react to an Alita Battle Angel trailer 3, and we have a Game of Thrones Season 8 teaser trailer coming up. Let's go.
Alright, Crimes of Grindelwald. I think I ate too much popcorn, nachos, had too much soda. I'm kind of nauseous.
Spoiler alert, if you haven't seen it already, we are going to talk a little bit about Crimes of Grindelwald. We just got out of the theater, and it's a mixed bag for me.
It's a mixed bag for me. I honestly have to say it's because I'm such a big fan of the Harry Potter franchise.
Right.
You know, watching those movies, what was it, six movies?
No, it was a lot more than that.
All of those movies were intriguing enough for me to stay awake and watch them throughout the whole entire runtime. Grindelwald almost put me to sleep, except this guy kept nudging me, and you know I would just almost fall asleep, and then I woke up a little bit. And you know what? I was kind of just like, why do they talk so much in this movie?
Yeah, there's a lot of material to cover in this movie. There's a lot of exposition, but the overall theme of this is lots of revelations and just lots of information overload. I mean, you know, you talk about all of the previous Harry Potters, they had consistent, you know, action.
There's a lot of continuation, consistent in the storylines, and you were also invested in Harry's history and how it becomes, you know, this threat of Voldemort. Like, how does the end game happen? This one was just a lot of useless information for me, and I was just like,
I wouldn't call it useless. I think it's more overload because a lot of it is kind of redundant. We know the information already, but I think what they're trying to do is they're trying to bring in the new fans that were introduced back in the first Fantastic Beasts. And so
that was excellent.
I'm not going to say it was a bad movie, and I'm not going to say it's a great movie. I will say that I enjoyed the movie. There was definitely a lot of lull moments, but when everything picked up, it was very, very great, and
it picked
I
up
enjoyed
all the all the way in the last 10 minutes of this movie.
It was like a sharp ramp, right?
Yeah, it was just like, and then the movie was over.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like if you're gonna watch this movie, well, obviously, if you're watching us talking about it, you have already seen it. Let us know what you thought. Did you think it was really boring? Did you think that there was too much dialogue and too much nonsense? For me, at least.
Was it too lull for you?
Yeah.
But I do have a theory on what was revealed, so I'm going to do another, disclaimer, another second spoiler alert if you really haven't seen it and you're still watching this video. Aurelius Dumbledore. It has a lot of people scratching their chins.
My chins.
So we both walked out of the theater thinking, who is this guy? I guess we both weren't familiar with the history of this character, or it seems like they're just making it up as they go.
That's what I thought.
Throwing it into the canon without any explanation. And you know what? It seems to be that's the case because we watched a couple of videos and a lot of people are saying, hey, they don't know who Aurelius Dumbledore is, and so I have a theory that he isn't actually Aurelius Dumbledore.
Oh.
And this person is...
That's good.
He's not anybody,
he's
really.
He's
being tricked by Grindelwald. And my basis for that is that he thinks he's Aurelius Dumbledore because a phoenix, according to legend, shows up to a Dumbledore in need, and then a phoenix shows up right in front of Credence, or at least Aurelius in that scene. Except in the Chamber of Secrets, the Phoenix shows up and helps out Harry Potter and gives him the Sword of Gryffindor. And Harry Potter isn't the Dumbledore. So, debunked, I guess.
Maybe debunked.
He's not a Dumbledore.
We shall see what the actual truth is.
Yeah.
I would like to theory craft here, but I am stumped. I actually thought that he was Dumbledore who owned the bar.
I forgot what his name was.
How is that?
Aberforth, I think.
Aberforth or something like
Aberforth
that.
Dumbledore.
Anyways,
Yeah, moving on.
let's move on. Next, we have Sabrina. You know, a couple of videos ago, you talked about Sabrina. I didn't get a chance to see it yet, but I pretty much spent the whole week binge watching Sabrina, from work to coming home, you know, taking care of the kids and then watching Sabrina. I was really surprised at how good it is. I really enjoyed this series. It's dark, it's twisted, it's quirky, it's funny, it's serious,
Yes.
and it just kind of goes through the whole gamut in terms of a dark and twisted show. It reminds me of The Magicians. It reminds me a little bit of Salem.
It doesn't hold its punches at all.
No, it doesn't. But if anybody has seen Salem, that's a very dark, wicked series about witches. And then it also reminds me of a little bit of Harry Potter. There's mystical magic, of course, witches.
Yeah.
There's a lot of that mystical aura.
She's going to a school, right? So it's like Harry
awesome.
Potter.
It's like, you know, if you guys check out our Instagram channel, there were 3 reasons that I gave out. Obviously, those were just kind of like reasons, my initial reaction to the first couple of episodes. But
What are those reasons?
well, the reason number 1 is that the Church of Satan sued, as we discussed before, and that's got to be something, you know. The Church of Satan, you know, like, I'm suing you for mentioning the Church of Satan or the Church of Night in this series. So they might actually have, you know, offended them for either some inaccuracies or some truths. So that could be cool.
They sued them for the use of the statue.
Yeah. And that is probably a real depiction of Satan, I guess. Number 2, I was really surprised to see Balky from Perfect Strangers. I have not seen that guy on screen since, I guess, the 90s or late 80s. We were watching Perfect Strangers. If any of you are old enough to remember Perfect Strangers, Balky Bartolomeusz, whatever his last name is, that's how I remember him as. It was actually a big surprise, and it kind of made me a little bit more interested in the
Who is he again?
Balky from Perfect Strangers.
I don't remember that.
Oh, that's because I'm just older. And number 3, my third reason for Sabrina, it's because it reminds me a lot of Harry Potter. As I mentioned, it's school, there's magic, there's witchcraft, there's like all this intrigue between the students, the teachers, the high priest, and of course Sabrina, who is just super naive and wants to do everything right. Overall, let's go to the rater.
Okay.
Yes.
Go check out Sabrina, it's really worth it.
Yeah, I'll just say one thing about Sabrina. If you go in thinking this is going to be Sabrina the Teenage Witch from the sitcom days, it ain't it. And there are a couple of scenes in here that'll make you go, huh, they just did that.
Yeah, after something funny happens. And so
Yeah.
it'll catch you off guard, but once you get down to the 2nd or 3rd episode, you'll be used to it. Oh, yeah. Battle Angel. I'm not weirded out about those eyes whatsoever.
No, they're growing on me. She looks exactly like she did at the anime.
Does it bother you
Absolutely.
that I'm not completely human?
It doesn't bother me that
You are the
have
most
big-ass
human
eyes.
person I have ever met.
It is a little weird.
Does he realize he's not going to be able to do
Didn't I
anything?
tell you to be home before dark?
You know,
I just lost track of time.
Alita,
You have to be responsible.
information.
You are someone very special.
Hey, kid.
not just a teenage girl.
Hey, what's your problem?
You can't remember.
What do you mean?
Doc found you in the scrapyard. So you must be
He
from
looks
up
exactly
there.
like he did in the anime.
And I'm just an insignificant girl.
That's what they want you to think.
James Cameron.
I'm not your daughter. I don't know what I am.
I do. You have the most advanced weapon ever. But that's just a shell. It's not bad or good. That part's up to you.
I do not stand by in the presence of evil.
She's threatening the natural order of things.
Tonight is not a game. It is a hunt.
I need you to destroy the girl called
Black,
Alita.
right?
You made the biggest mistake of your life.
And what's that?
Underestimating who I am.
That's the Battle Angel right there.
Oh shit. That is dope.
That was like, that was intensely good.
I loved it. Oh man, I am
Like,
so
just-
excited for this movie.
Just
I wanna
from
see
the
it.
moment I saw her in her like black attire with the metal arms on the sides, it just like I got hit with a huge stream of emotion from like
It's
the
all
old days,
all the
nostalgia.
nostalgia is coming
Yeah.
back to form. I mean, I remember just popping in that VHS tape. Was it VHS
Yes,
tape
it was
back then?
most- it was
You know,
most likely VHS.
We recorded a lot of anime through VHS recordings, and yeah, I mean, you're right. You know, he looks exactly.
the doc.
Yeah, he looks exactly like him. He's got the split nose,
cleft chin.
He had a cleft chin and a cleft
Yeah,
nose.
but
Looks
that
exactly like
that
him.
scene is like pulled directly from
Yeah.
the anime, right?
Yeah,
that
really
one
good
frame.
job casting.
I think the action looks incredible. I think, when I saw her fighting that huge robot, it just, oh man, it's awesome. Next up, we have a teaser trailer for Game of Thrones season 8, and it may not be exactly what you're expecting. My name is Jon Snow.
These are scenes from the previous seasons.
You've already seen this scene.
This is a quote from season 3.
That's Ned Stark.
I could probably be wrong.
No, that's from season 1.
Season 1.
She was talking to Ned Stark about the Game of Thrones.
This is a teaser.
This is a teaser for season 8 using season 7654321.
There's no scenes about the new season ever, whatsoever. You better get excited for April, because it's only November. Hashtag for the throne. What is it about for the throne?
I don't know.
Yeah, I think the marketing machine for HBO is just in full force. They're coming out way mad early. It's only November. It's not coming out till April. It's just a teaser, and it's really not a teaser. It's really just kind of like, hey, this has been the past 7 seasons. Watch a couple of clips.
I think what goes through their minds when they're releasing stuff like this is that they want to post it on YouTube. They want the title out there that says teaser promo for season 8. But when you're using all footage of past seasons and you have nothing new to show, that's not a teaser. That's just a recap, basically.
It is a recap.
It's like
Here, watch this
all seasons recap. So I clicked on it and we both watched it. Right, we both immediately started making ragging on it. and
There was
stuff.
nothing new from
We
that
saw
teaser.
nothing new. Nothing
except
new.
there's a hashtag for the throne, which kind of like, I'm like, why is it called hashtag for the throne? They're not fighting for the throne anymore.
It's
They're
probably
fighting the White Walkers.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably for Jon Snow, or at least in his case, he's like the Stark now, and it's gonna be the Fire and Ice. Stark
Well,
and Targaryen.
He never cared about that.
Oh, he is a Targaryen too. So.
He's just Targaryen.
All right, this week on Elements Anime Corner, I have a very special recommendation for you because it's not action oriented.
Oh, I'm already not interested.
Well, you can just take a back seat on this one. I'm going to recommend to you on Netflix Violet Evergarden. This one is about a weaponized child that's only seen combat and war throughout her entire life, and then the war ends, and she has to adjust to normal living, and she has to do that being a writer that's named a doll. Okay, and there's people in this world who are named dolls who write letters for people who want to express their emotions, and they're not good at writing letters. And this is especially challenging for her because she has no life experience and all she knows is war. And so
That's
so
actually
that's her.
sounds like a really cool premise.
Yep. It's her internal struggle that makes this really interesting. She has to contend with, social encounters. She has to contend with understanding emotions other than to fight. And it's a great anime. I know a lot of the animes that I recommend to you guys on this channel is highly action packed and the typical anime. But this one is a good thought provoking anime to consume, and I suggest it to you because it's on Netflix. It's a Netflix original, and it's easy to watch.
Awesome. What did you think about Castlevania? Now, I only saw Castlevania, just the first episode. I only saw the first episode, and I was like, I don't want to watch this. It's all in English.
Okay, but this one actually translates really well to English because he is, of course, Dracula.
I will
Vlad
try to
Tepes.
continue it.
I finished season 1. It was a great experience. They did a really good job of capturing Vlad Tepes and his character from the Castlevania series. If you are a player of the Castlevania series, you will enjoy this anime as well. So this is a double feature, I guess, for this anime corner.
Awesome. Alright guys, thanks for joining us in this video. Once again, hit that bell notification for more videos from us. Subscribe to our channel. And once again, we'll see you in the next one.
Season 8 teaser. And I have a new anime for you coming up on this week. Just saw Crimes of Grindelwald. Alita Battle Angel 3 trailer.
Yes.
Ah, damn it, I said 3.
Yo, thank you for joining us. Once again, hit that subscribe button, the like, and...
Bell